Hi, I'm artist and music producer John Statham. Welcome to another Launch Your Music Dream video. I think you'll like this one and you'll find it very useful. If you're a songwriter and performer, you can use this information to craft songs that will 1. Be heard all the way through, and 2. Have a good chance of being chosen for placement opportunities. Or if you're a singer or band leader, you can use this to create a live show that never gets boring. So here we go with today's topic. The key to keeping the listener's attention. Unless you write just for your own pleasure, which is totally fine if you do, you would like other people to like your music. Maybe you want to change people's lives for the better through your songs. Completely awesome. There are ways to keep the listener engaged for the entire song. I'll take you through the usual structure of a song and find where the attention wanders a bit, to the point where they turn off the song, they tune out, or they go to the next song in the pile for that opportunity. In other words, the song wasn't crafted well enough for them to have an emotional connection to the song. And that great lyric that's in the second verse of the bridge that'll totally change their life or blow them away with your talent, they'll never get to hear it. First, let's start with the intro. You need to get their attention from the first second of your song. Try to put an interesting or unusual sounding instrument in the intro, one that'll really stick with them. Intros that just have chords on quarter notes have worked on rare occasions, so make it interesting. Maybe use an odd number of measures that would make the vocal coming in earlier unexpected. Now that brings us to the first verse. The first line should be the one that grabs your attention. For example, if it's a love song, start with a lyric that would seem like the opposite of love. In my song, The Perfect Storm, written with the great Janet Miller, I start out with the lines, I didn't come to make peace with you. I didn't come here to call a truce. Step off the porch and just let it loose, and I will too. Huh? I thought this was a love song. You have my attention now. So where's this gonna go? Oh, and by the way, you may have noticed that the first 3 lines are very similar, if not identical, in rhythm and melody, with an additional melody afterwards. Repetition is your friend, my fellow music dreamers. That's why it's called a hook. It hooks into your brain. Going into the chorus, you could use a 1 or 2 line pre-chorus to set up the chorus, but only if it's needed and if the verse isn't too long. It should ask a question or pose a situation that the chorus answers in some very satisfying way. Okay, the chorus. Lots of things you can do here. You could start out with a new key, not usually transposing up a whole step, unless you can make it sound not cheesy. You could put in an unexpected chord as the first chord of the chorus. You could put a measure or a half measure of just the vocal hook and no instruments, and then bring the instruments in, a half measure in. Generally try to do the opposite of what you did with the rhythm and melody in the verses. If your verse has a staccato, choppy rhythm to the words, then have your chorus have long soaring notes, or at least longer notes, and more legato phrases. It needs to have a payoff line also that is not in the title, one that gives a little twist to the title. In my song, The Moment, I have a line that repeats, I'm leaving you for the moment. And then at the end of it I sing, I'm leaving you for the moment where my life begins. It turns what seemed like the singer's weak resolve into a stronger one. Okay, you may have noticed that we're not delving too much into the lyric here in this video. We're just addressing lyrics in a general sense. We're mainly talking about little arranging ideas to keep the song interesting. Even if it's just you accompanying yourself on guitar or piano, you can employ these things. Okay, the second verse, where a lot of songs get not finished, I'm sure. In a general lyric sense, it needs a new angle, a new way to say the theme of the song, a new way to lead into the chorus. Now keep the rhythm and melody the same, or at least very similar to the first verse. Maybe make it half the length of the first verse. Or even drop the last line to bring in the second chorus unexpectedly. Drop the bass out or one of the other main instruments for the first half of the second verse. Now the second chorus should have more things going on instrumentally than the first chorus. If the first chorus has just picking on the guitar, this one would have full strumming. With a whole band arrangement, you would have all the instruments back in, one of the instruments doing a counter melody that wasn't there in the first chorus, Maybe bring in strings at this point or an organ. Anything that makes it seem not like a rehash of the first chorus. Its function should be leading the listener somewhere that the first chorus did not. In most cases, this would be the bridge. Now, I think the bridge of a song is the last place where a song could get turned off when being played as an audition for an opportunity. If they've made it to the second chorus, you better have a killer bridge to seal the deal. Now, a bridge can do two different things. It could be a moment where the singer has second thoughts about the main theme of the song. It could give the main theme more emphasis. It could be where the singer continues an idea from the last line or word of the chorus. Going back to my song, The Moment, I finished the chorus with, I'm leaving you for the moment where my life begins to take in all this scenery. You see what I did? I made the last chorus line lead into the bridge as a sentence. Ideally, you would go into the last chorus in a different, maybe quieter way, and then bring back in the instruments or fuller strumming and ramping up the emotion vocally as you do. Ideally, the bridge lyrics would set up the main last chorus to mean something slightly different. Again, not a rehash. I don't hear any new songs having fade-outs too. We just don't do that anymore. I always try to find a way to end a song on a chord that does not resolve, which makes the listener want to hear it again. Okay, that's a lot of useful tips inside a short amount of time. I'll go into depth on each of these parts of a song in future videos. Okay, listen, what do you want to see covered in these videos? What topics do you want me to cover? Let me know in the comments. Also, please like and share this video, and please subscribe. And if you want some free tips on how to get your songs ready for the studio, go to launchyourmusicdream.com. And if you have any questions at all, you can email me at johnstathammusic@gmail.com, and the spelling is right there. Okay, music dreamers, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.